On this day in 1943, a prisoner of war camp was established at the former Fort Robinson. It's located in the Nebraska Panhandle west of Chadron. The camp built to house 3,000 men, received the first German prisoners 3 months later. They were allowed to work on farms and ranches in the area, providing a major boost to Nebraska agricultural workforce. After the war, military activities at Fort Robinson were phased out. The Army decided to abandon the post in 1947. Fort Robinson is open these days as a state park.